Okay, so I've got the UART able to transmit, thanks to Ed's code. I'm transmitting about 2,048 characters one time per second. The pink line here is the data to the BeagleBone from the Bluetooth. The blue line is the, or I'm sorry, I've got that reversed. The pink line is the data out of the BeagleBone. The blue line is the data to the BeagleBone, and the yellow trace is the power supply going to the Bluetooth module. So here I've got it at about 40 milliseconds per division. We'll change it to look at the data. And so the data burst is lasting about, what is that? 50 to 80 milliseconds or so. It's 20 milliseconds per division, one time per second. So when I trigger off the power supply line on the negative edge, and then zoom in, so we've got 500 millivolts per division here. I've got the zero line for the trace way down here at the bottom, and the only transients I'm seeing are typical. Here we see a transient at the drop of the data line, and I'm seeing 500 millivolt noise, but let's look at my probe setup here. I've got long, ugly loops and inductances. I'm not really set up for high speed on this, so my guess is that's just frog hair, and that it's just being induced. And if I would reduce my lead lengths, that really wouldn't be there. Also, the power supply current, I'm running it at 15 volts. It's drawing about 250 milliamps, and it doesn't really change. It goes between 240 and 250 milliamps. It does not have a battery hooked up. I'm just running off the 15 volt power supply input. So I'm not really seeing this power supply fluctuation problem and the Bluetooth heating up. It's running nice and cool. It's not hot to the touch. It's just room temperature. So I think what I'm gonna have Ed do, if you don't mind, is to send me your entire code project, and I'll just kind of look through the calls and see if something's getting set up incorrectly. Other than that, I could come down to Vortec and just kind of troubleshoot the hardware that you've got. Another thought that comes to mind is for me to ship you my hardware, and when you receive it, you ship me yours. And Ed, if you could just put your entire project on an SD card or something and set me up to try to replicate it as best as possible, that would probably be the easiest. Minimize going back and forth. Anyway, I will upload this video and give you a call.